Welcome into the video. I'm your tech guy Wayne, and today I'll be bringing you my full new user guide on the Samsung Galaxy A15. This is going to be a full compilation video of every video that I've shot on this phone put together in one long video. So essentially, if you're new to this phone, you should be able to watch this video from beginning to end and get a full understanding of how to use this phone and a lot of confidence at the end. So make sure you watch all the way to the end so you don't miss any important information. Here's a rundown of what I'll be covering in the video. It'll start with a beginner's walkthrough that'll teach you how to basically use the phone, how to navigate the screen, the menus, how to download apps, how to set up your email, how to use the camera, all those basic things. From there, we'll transition into tips and tricks, some more important information for you to know, and some really helpful things that will assist in you just being more comfortable with the phone, and some cool hidden features. From there, we'll transition into how to take a screenshot and how to print from your phone. After that, we'll go over how to play videos from your phone to the TV. Then we'll go into how to troubleshoot the phone, what to do if the screen is freezing or not responsive. And then we'll end the video with how do you factory reset it, how do you erase all your data off the phone when it's time to move on to a new device. So that's a rundown of what we'll cover in the video. If you find it helpful, make sure you hit that like button down below. And without further ado, let's jump into the video. We're going to show you how to navigate the phone, how to get to all the menus, how to get to your settings, how to understand how to turn it off, how to turn it on. Then I'll move into how to sign into your emails, how to download apps, all the basic things you would need to know to function this phone. We'll also go into how to make calls and how to send text messages. So make sure you watch all the way to the end so you don't miss any important information. So the left side of the phone will start here. You're going to find your SIM card tray and also your micro SD slot. So if you have a memory card you're trying to put in the phone, you will need to pop out this tray using a paper clip or a SIM pin to be able to put in your micro SD card. Other than that, no other buttons on the left side. On the right side here, you'll find your volume up, volume down, your power pause button, and this button also acts as a fingerprint reader. So in the settings, you can program this to be able to unlock the phone simply by putting your finger on this button. At the top of the phone, you won't find anything but just a little speaker hole. At the bottom of the phone, you will find your charging port, which is a Type-C charging port. If you ever need to buy a replacement charger, you'll need to ask for a Type-C charging port. And as a quick note, this phone does not come with a wall charger, so I'll have a link in the description for this charger. This is by Anker. It is a dual charger that will charge the cable from the box, the Type-C to Type-C, and it has a full-size USB as well. So I'll link that in the description in case you need a charger to go with your phone. On the left side here, you'll find your auxiliary port. This is where you'll plug in your headphones. All right. So that's the quick tour of just the outside, the exterior buttons. Now let's talk about how to wake up the phone and how to get into the phone. So on the right side, that power standby button I was telling you about, all you do is tap that button one time to wake up the phone. Whenever you press the button, it puts the phone asleep, but the phone is still on. So press the button once to wake up the screen. You can also tap the screen 2 times and it should wake up on its own as well. So you've got 2 different options there. Now if you want to get into the phone, you'll simply need to put your finger on the screen and drag up. You'll want to drag up quickly, and that swipe will basically unlock the phone. Let's try it one more time. I'm going to tap the screen 2 times to wake it up. Put your finger on the screen and then just simply drag your finger up the screen like this. Let's try it again. Finger on the screen and just drag up the screen. And that's how you unlock the phone to get into it. Now right now we do not have a passcode set up on the phone. I will have a separate video coming out which is called how to set up your Samsung Galaxy A15. In that video I'll go over how to unlock your phone and how to set a PIN and how to set up the fingerprint reader as well. When that video is out, I'll have it linked right at the top of this video right there, okay? So we're in the phone now. Let's talk about how to navigate the screen. Now first, before I get into that, I want to show you one important thing. You'll notice my screen is going to keep going dim if I don't touch it long enough, which is really frustrating. You see that? It just went dim because I'm not touching the screen. So if you want to stop the phone from doing that, you'll want to take your finger, put it at the top of the screen, and drag down. And you're going to have a shortcut in the upper right corner to the settings. Tap on the settings wheel. From here, we're going to swipe up and go to display. And from here, you'll want to swipe up and go to screen timeout. We want to tap on this option and change it to 5 minutes. This way, the screen will not go dim for at least 5 minutes. You don't have to keep touching the phone every couple of seconds to keep it on. You'll also want to turn on a feature called Keep Screen On While Viewing. This will also keep the screen on because it's going to pay attention to if you're looking at the phone. If you're reading something, for example, the screen will not go dim either. So those are two different ways to keep the screen on just a little bit longer. Let's talk about how to navigate the phone. You have 3 buttons at the bottom of the screen. You have a recent apps button, a home button, and a back button. And these are the 3 main buttons you'll use to navigate your screen. Now, the screen we're on now is called the home screen. So if I ever swipe away or if I ever tap on one of these little icons here, they're going to take me into apps. Now, an app is simply short for application. Think of it like how computers have programs, phones have applications or apps for short. Whenever you go into one of these apps, it takes you away from the home screen. So if you want to get back to the home screen, all you got to do is hit this little circle button at the bottom, and this will take you back to the home screen. No matter what you're doing, this button takes you back to your home screen. If I were to go to the phone app and I want to go back to the home screen, what do? I tap the home button. So just know this always takes you back to this screen. Now, next you have to the left, you have what is called the recent apps button right here. So if I were to tap on the recent apps, this button is going to show me any app that I've used recently. So for example, I just opened up the phone app and guess what? It's still open. If I swipe over, you'll see Google Chrome is also open because I just opened that program. Now, if you want to get back to that program because you want to continue to use it, all you do is just tap on it and it's going to take you right back into that program and you can continue whatever it is you were doing. Okay? But if I hit this button and I come to this screen, maybe I'm finished using Google Chrome and I want to close it out so the phone is not using a lot of extra memory in the background, I'm going to basically swipe up the screen like this, and that's going to close out that program. It's no longer running in the background. The same goes for this call screen. If I want to get rid of this, I'm going to simply just swipe up and it's going to go away. So that's a quick rundown of what the recent apps button does. It simply just takes you to this screen to look at all the apps you recently had open and allow you to either go back, continue to interact with them, or to close them. Now, you can also tap this close all button right here, and this will close all the apps from running in the background altogether. And this step is good to do because it will speed up your phone and allow it to go a little bit faster. Okay, we've gone over our home button. We've gone over the recent apps button. Next, let's go over our back button. Now, this button simply takes us back one step. So I'm going to go back to the settings. Remember, we started at the top of the screen. We swiped or we dragged down the screen to bring up this menu here. We're going to tap on this little settings wheel. Now, guess what? I'm in the settings wheel right now. And guess what? Maybe I go back to display because I want to change how long the screen is staying on. So let's say we go back to this menu here. I make my change, and now I want to go back one screen in the settings. All I need to do is hit the back button. Okay? Next, we're going to hit the back button again if you want to continue to go back one screen. Now you'll notice In the upper left corner, there is a back arrow. This also does the same thing, but this one is a bit easier to reach, okay? So this button just takes you back one step or one menu, and once it takes you back as far as you can go, it's going to take you out of the app and back to the home screen. All right? So that's a quick rundown of what these three buttons do. Home button, recent apps button, and back button. If the video so far has been helpful and taught you some new information, make sure you hit that like button down below. That'll help this video to reach more people and therefore be able to educate more people. Now let's continue. So we've gone over navigating the phone using these three buttons. Next, we're going to talk about this menu at the top of the screen. I've already had you put your finger at the top of the screen and drag down. And now let's talk about what is this menu exactly? Well, this menu is known as the notification panel. Now this section is where you'll get notifications that are going to pop up all down this screen here. For example, if you get a text message, if you get an email, if you get a Facebook message, they're all going to show up in this section here, and you'll have a chance to be able to tap on the notifications to go right to that app and interact with those messages. So that's really what happens in this section. As you notice right now, it says we have no notifications, which is no problem. But as the notifications come through, this is where they will all begin to show up. Okay? Now, you have a few other things. You also have this brightness meter that would allow you to control how bright, right, or how dim your screen is. If your screen is too bright, this will allow you to bring the brightness down a bit to maybe make it easier on your eyes. So you can simply control that by dragging this bar up and down just like that. Now these are simply settings switches that control different functions on the phone. For example, if you want to connect to your home Wi-Fi network or someone else's Wi-Fi network or a Starbucks Wi-Fi, it doesn't matter. First of all, this needs to be lit up. If you notice, the little switch is white, and that's telling you that it's lit up, whereas this switch is not white. It's kind of blurred out, and that's what tells you that airplane mode is turned off and our flashlight is turned off. Anything that is lit up bright means that it is enabled, and if it's dim, it means it's not enabled. Now, if I want to connect to a Wi-Fi network, all I have to do is take my finger, and I'm just going to put it right on this icon, hold down for 1 second, and that's going to bring up our Wi-Fi menu. This will now show me all the available Wi-Fi networks I can connect to, and it will show me, obviously right now I'm connected to a network, so it's showing me I'm currently on this network. Okay, so let's say you're at a Starbucks and you want to connect to their public network. You would follow the step I just showed you, and then look for the menu option that says Starbucks. You would then tap on it, just like this, and then it would ask you to enter the password of the network. Now, Wi-Fi passwords are always case sensitive, so you always want to ask, are there any uppercase letters or any lowercase letters, because that will also affect connecting. That's how you connect to Wi-Fi, super easy. Now, you also have a Bluetooth icon. If we hold down on the Bluetooth icon, it'll take us to the menu. And guess what? I can now go through, and if I have a speaker, for example, I'm trying to pair to, I'm going to put my speaker in the pairing mode, and you'll want to look through your instruction manual for the speaker and say, hey, how do I pair this? Normally you turn it on, you hold a button, it's going to pair, and then you look for that device in the menu here, and when you tap on it, it will allow you to connect to that device. So that's how you interact with your Bluetooth. Now this button is your volume control button. Now if you want to control the sound of the phone, for example, you're going into a meeting and you don't want your phone to ring loud, you'll want to tap on this icon, and you'll notice the picture will change. There's a slash over the speaker, and that's what tells you that now you're on vibrate. Now if you press it again, it's going to change it, and now it's dim. When that speaker is dim, that means that your sound is turned off. Your phone is not going to vibrate, and it's not going to ring when someone calls. It's also not going to make a noise when someone sends you a text message. So to turn the sound back on, simply tap on that button again. It'll make a noise and you'll be able to see the speaker, and that's how you know your sound is fully back on and ready to go. Now, if we tap on our volume button on the right here, it's going to bring up our volume menu. Tap on these three dots here. These will show you all of the volume controls for the phone, and it goes away quickly, so we have to kind of move fast with this one. Now guess what? This is the music volume, so I want to turn that one up a little bit louder. This is the just phone settings menu volume. This is the ringer when someone sends you a call or makes a call, excuse me, when someone calls you or sends a text message. And this is your menu sound as well. So you have 4 different volume control options that control how sound comes through the phone. If you ever are, feel like your phone should be louder, you'll want to, remember, hit that volume button, tap on the 3 dots, and make sure all your volumes are turned up properly. So that's the volume right there. And then you have a flashlight all the way in the corner. If you turn this on, guess what? It's going to use your phone flash as a flashlight. Now, those are just a couple of the options you have in the menu here. Now, guess what? If you swipe down a second time, it will bring up more options. And you have a bunch of other really cool shortcuts to settings menu features. You can also swipe left to get to additional menu options as well. And that, in short, is the notification panel. Okay, let's move into the next section and let's talk about apps. Okay, so I talked briefly about apps earlier. Remember, apps is short for applications. Think of how computers have programs, phones have apps or applications. So to get to all the apps that are on your phone, you'll simply need to swipe up on the home screen. This will take you to your app screen, and this is where you'll find all the apps that are on the phone. You'll have these little folders as well. So this is your Google folder. It has all the Google apps. This is your Microsoft folder. This is your Samsung folder. So you'll have some apps that'll be in these folders. And if you swipe over, you'll have a couple of pages of apps. Okay, so this is what comes installed on the phone when you first set it up. But obviously you can download more apps for the phone. And to do that, you go to this icon, which is called the Play Store. The Play Store is your one-stop shop for everything you would need to download. So applications, games, if you needed to buy a book, all that happens within this app right here. Now, you should have already signed into a Google account before setting up the phone. So tapping on that Play Store button should have taken you to this screen. However, if when you tapped on that white button, it did not take you to this screen, if it took you to a white screen and is asking you to sign to a Google account, just know you will need to sign to a Google account before you can get to this screen, or you'll need to create one. You should have a button at the bottom left corner of your screen that says create account. You can tap that if you don't have a Gmail, or if you've forgotten the password to your Gmail and you don't have access to it anymore. So just know you will need to sign in to a Google account before getting to this screen. Now, let me give you a quick tour of the Play Store and how to navigate this screen here. So the most important things to pay attention to are at the top of the screen, you have a search bar. And by tapping where it says search apps, this is where you can bring up a keyboard and you can basically search for a specific app. Maybe, for example, you're trying to download the Uber app so you can get a ride somewhere. Well, you can either type in Uber and then hit the magnifying glass in the bottom left corner of your keyboard to search for the Uber app. Or there's another easy way to do this. You can simply tap on the microphone in the upper right corner, and you can use voice to text and just say Uber, and it will search for that app for you just like this. Uber. Now, this will basically, it'll type whatever you say, and then it will do a search for you. And so guess what? Here is the Uber app. Now, I can tap on the Uber app first, and I can look at some pictures of the app, right? Because also you may be trying to download a game or download something else. This is your way to look through and see what it's supposed to look like first. Let's use our back button to go back one screen. And once you feel good about, hey, this is the app I want, I'm going to tap on this little blue install button. And now we're going to start downloading the Uber app to the phone. Now, notice for this app, there was a little button that said install, right? You're not going to always see that button say install. Some of the apps are not free. Some of them are paid. So if it's ever an app that costs money, instead of it saying install, it will have a price. If you see a price, just make sure you're aware that if you tap on that price, it's going to charge you for that app. It's going to ask you to add a credit card to your Google account so that it can charge you for that app. So just make sure you don't buy anything unless you're for sure that is what you want to download. Now, Uber is downloaded. It was pretty fast. So now I can either tap on the open button here to take me right into the Uber app, or I could hit my home button and then I can swipe up, and this will take us to our app menu, and then I can swipe to the left and there's my Uber app. You can always find your Uber app in this section on this page. Once again, on the home screen, swipe up, and it's either on this page or this page. I'm going to then tap on Uber, and now I'm in the app and I'm ready to start using it to try to find a ride. So that's a quick rundown of how to download an app. Now I'm going to go back to the Play Store and show you a few more things to pay attention to. Let's use our back button on the right here to go back one page. Let's press it one more time to go back one page. And guess what? Now we're finally back to the main page of the Google Play Store. So sometimes you will know exactly what it is you're trying to download or search for, and sometimes you won't. Now, if you're not sure, maybe you're just trying to find a new game, or you're just trying to see what apps are available. In that case, you'll want to search through a few of these menu options here. So, two things. First of all, at the bottom of the screen, you have a game section and you have an app section. So, obviously, games are games, and they're really just how to find different fun things to do on the phone. You'll have these different pages here. So you have the top charts, basically most popular games. You have games for kids. You have games that are new to the store. You have all these options you can scroll through, or you can simply go over to category and look for, hey, I want a game that is a casino game. Maybe you want video poker. Well, then it'll take you to only games that fall under that category. Let's hit our back button. Now, maybe you don't want a game. Maybe you're trying to find an app to help you keep better notes on your phone. Well, you want to tap on apps first, and then same thing at this top little menu here, tap on top charts, kids, and categories. And this will help you to go through and say, you know what, I'm looking for an app that is more so about productivity. So you may want to go down to the productivity section here. And then here you'll find apps that are specifically geared towards productivity. So that's sort of how you navigate the store and how you can just see different options. There are I want to say, over 2 million apps that are in the store. So that's why they have all these different categories and pages, because there's so much information to display. This helps you sift through and get right to the important information. Now, let's go ahead and hit our home button. And that's going to take us out of the Play Store. If the video has been helpful so far, don't forget to hit that like button down below. In this section, I'll be going over how to make calls and how to answer the phone when someone is calling you. So let's start with when a call is coming through, how you answer the phone. I'm going to initiate a call. Okay, so the call is coming through. I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to put it on the green phone button and drag up. That is how you answer the phone. Now, if you want to put the phone on speakerphone, obviously tap speaker. You've got mute. You have the plus here if you'd like to add someone else to the call. And you have your keypad dialer here in case you're calling an automated system and you need to specifically enter a key command. When you're all finished with the call, tap the red button to end the call. Now the same thing goes if you want to decline the call. So if a call is coming through and you don't want to answer it, you can obviously just not touch anything, but you can also take your finger, put it on the red button, and you're going to put it on the button and then drag up, and that's going to decline the call. So it's going to automatically go to voicemail and the person can leave you a message. Next, let's go over how to initiate a call. We're going to tap on this green call button in the bottom left corner. And I'm going to tap on the keypad button, and I'm going to enter a phone number starting with the area code 323-853-1212 and tap the green button to start the call. And let's put it on speaker here.
The time and temperature is coming up.
There we go. It'll connect. You can talk. When you're all done, you'll tap the red button to end the call. So just that easy, you can initiate a call. To the left of the call button is going to be your messages button. If you tap on that, this is the text message section. And if you'd like to send someone a message, you're going to tap on the bubble in the bottom right corner. And then you will see a keyboard pop up, and you can type in the person's name if they're already saved in your phone, or you can enter just the phone number. Now, a quick shortcut, if you tap on this button here, this is your dialer or your keypad. It will switch it to make it easier for you to input just a phone number. Let's put that same number in, and then we'll hit done. So now we've basically set it up so we're going to text that number. Our keyboard has come up. We're now in the text message section at the bottom here, and I can now enter a message. Hi there. And when I'm ready to send it, I can tap on the button here, which is the send button. Now here's a few more things you can do in terms of sending text messages. You have an emoji button here. This will bring up your emojis. You can send someone a picture. For example, if someone says, goodbye, you can send a wave like this and hit the send button. And now you've just sent someone a wave emoji. If I tap on the button here, this will allow me to attach a picture to the email. So you'll have two options. You'll have a camera option, which is, hey, let's take a picture right now. I'm going to just hold it up and tap on the white circle. That's going to take a picture that I can attach immediately to the text message, or I can go to my gallery right here and look at what pictures are saved on the phone. Let's say I want to send this picture. I'm going to tap on it, tap on add, and now I've attached two pictures to this text message, and I'm going to hit this button to send it. Now, that's not all. There's a few more things you can do as well. If you tap on the plus all the way to the left, you can look for a GIF if you'd like to send them one of those funny animated pictures. You can also send stickers. You can attach different types of files, not pictures, but maybe like a document. You can send your location in case you're trying to show someone how to find you. You can attach a contact, or you can even schedule a message to be sent later by selecting here. You also have two microphones on the screen. One is here and one is here. The microphone at the bottom here will allow you to say what you want your message to say, and it will type it for you. It will dictate it. So watch this. Tap on the microphone. Let's hit skip. Tap while using, agree. It's now going to make you press it again. Good morning. I hope you're feeling well today. And basically, it just typed out everything I said into the message, and all I have to do is hit the send button to send out that message. Now, this microphone is a different option. This is if you'd like to send someone a voice message, you can tap here and basically say a verbal message and have that sent to them. But you'll need to take your finger and hold down on the button. It will record as long as you're holding down on the button, and then it will stop recording once you lift your finger like this. Good morning. I hope you're feeling well today. So it just created a 3-second voice message that I can now send in the message. So these are just a few of the things you can do. Now let's talk about how to set up your email on the phone. Now, you'll want to tap on the Google icon on the home screen. There's this little Google folder, and tap on Gmail. Now, some of you might say, I don't have a Gmail. I have a Yahoo. I have an SBC Global. I have a Verizon.net. Well, guess what? You can use the Google app to sign into just about any email account. Most people don't know this. In the upper right corner of the Google app, you'll tap on this little icon and you'll come down to add another account. And this will allow you to add a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth email account right to the Google app. Now, if it's a Gmail, you'll simply tap on Google. If it's an Outlook, Hotmail, or Live, you tap here. If it's Yahoo, you tap here. If it's an Exchange or Office 360, you tap here. Now, the other option is right here. This one can be a bit tricky. It is not always the easiest to navigate. So if you don't see your email type in one of these 4 options, here's what I would recommend you to do. Hit the home button, go to the Play Store, and you'll want it to hit the back button, get all the way back to the main screen, which is here. And you're going to tap on that little search box where it says Search Apps. And you'll want to type in the back half of your email address. For example, if you hit in the bottom left corner this button here, tap on the @ symbol. I'm just going to tap in AOL.com. And then I'm going to tap the magnifying glass to the right to do a search. And this will give me apps that specifically work with AOL email addresses. So guess what? I can go to AOL, tap install, and now I can use the AOL Direct app to sign into my AOL email address. Now, let's hit the magnifying glass again. This time I'm going to tap at sbcglobal.net. And I'm going to do a search. And these are all the apps that are going to be compatible with that email type. So this is a trick that's going to help you identify a better app to help you sign into whatever email type or email account you're trying to use. Okay? Now, let's go back to the Gmail app really quickly here. Now, again, I'm already signed into one email account right now. If you end up signing into multiple email accounts, if you want to switch back and forth between the accounts, you simply tap on this little circle in the upper right corner. And so right here, I have my first email type. And as you sign into more, you'll see them stacked underneath each other. You would simply tap on the email underneath this one to jump to that account. And that's how you easily can jump to your different email types. On my personal phone, I have over 10 email accounts signed in right now, and it's very easy to navigate because I just tap on that icon in the upper right corner and I just jump between the accounts. You'll also get separate notifications from the different email accounts as well. So that's a quick rundown of how to sign to your email accounts and how to get to them. Next, I want to go over how to make the text size larger to make it easier to read things on the phone. So we're going to swipe down from the top of the screen. In the upper right corner, we're going to tap on the settings wheel. Now next, we're going to swipe up and go back to display. From here, swipe up and go to font, size, and style. You have a few different things you'll want to control. First is the font size. If I just tick up, it's going to show me a preview here, and you'll also see how the menu buttons are going to get larger, just like this. Feel free to keep adjusting until you get a comfortable size. You can also then hit the home button to actually see how everything looks different. You'll notice all my text under my apps are now bigger. When I swipe down from the top, some of these menus should be larger as well. Let's hit our recent apps button to go back to the settings. Now, maybe go all the way to the biggest size and then work your way back down until you feel you've gotten to a comfortable size. Next, you'll want to tap on bold font. This is another way. It'll make all the text bold and it'll pop a bit more. That'll help as well. You can test this out by going to the Google Chrome app. Now, Chrome is the web browser. This is going to the internet. So you can then see how much larger everything looks based on how you changed it, and hit recent apps to go back to the settings again and keep tinkering until you find a size that works best for you. You can also decide to change the font style, and maybe there's another font style here like this Gothic bold that might show a bit better as well. So these are just a few of the things you can play around with to try to make the text bigger. And again, if I go all the way to the right, you'll see, this is really big. So obviously everyone's eyes are different, so you'll want to keep tinkering with it until you find a size that is most comfortable for you. All right, when you're all done, you can hit your back button and notice how much bigger even the menu text is just from some of those changes. Then we're going to hit the home button to take us back to the home screen. So that, in short, is how you change the size of the text. Next, let's go over how to take pictures and just a quick walkthrough of taking pictures, taking videos, and then where to find them after you take them. So first, you'll want to go to this camera button that's in the bottom right corner. And I'm going to just lift the phone. So when this button in the front is white, that means you're taking a picture. So I'm just going to point it at my Rubik's Cube here. Tap the white button to snap a picture, just like that. Now, if I want to take a video, I can just simply swipe over, just like this. And that's going to put me in video mode. Now, guess what? I know I'm in video as well because my button is no longer a solid white. Now it has a red circle in the middle. And that is to let you know that tapping this will start recording. So we're taking a video, and you'll notice at the top here, it has a count up that's telling you, hey, we're recording a video. This is how long the video is going for, okay? Now, while you take a video, guess what? You can simply tap on this little button here to snap photos during the video. So that's a super helpful feature there. You can pause the video or simply hit the stop button to stop it from playing. Now, those are the two main camera functions. Now, you can swipe over and there's some other options. For example, there is a portrait mode. Portrait mode is when you have something in the shot that you want to have all the focus and you want the background to be blurry. Let's see. Let's try to take this picture here. If I take this, it's going to have the flower that's going to be in full clear view, and the whole background is going to be blurred out. So I'm going to just tap the button to snap, and now I have a nice picture where the flower is in full focus, but the background is blurred out. You can also tap this button here to change the different blurry options that are available. So that's just a quick rundown of how to take pictures. Now, you'll notice in the left, you'll have this button to the right. This button to the right is how you switch to the front camera. If you want to take a selfie, you'll tap on this button. And now we're working off of the front camera, you see. And then same thing, tap the button to take your picture. Now, one more important thing, this is how you get really great pictures. When you're pointing at something, if you tap on the item, the camera will make sure that it's in even more focus and it will adjust the lighting according to that item. Now, maybe I want to change the lighting in this picture, and I want it to adjust more to this little wood base. I'm going to tap on that wood base, and you'll notice the lighting is going to adjust. Now if I tap on this little item in the back that's dark, it's going to make it really bright. So simply tapping on different items in the picture, that's how you adjust how the camera responds with the lighting and with the focus. Quick pro tip. Now, after you've taken a picture, you can either tap on this little icon on the left. This takes you right to your photo gallery. It'll allow you to see the picture and swipe through other pictures that you've just taken. Maybe you say, oh, I don't like this last one. Tap on the trash can on the bottom right corner to get rid of it. It's going to move it to the trash. Now, maybe you're not in the camera at all. Maybe you just, hey, I just want to see the pictures that I took today at the zoo. Whatever. You'll swipe up on the home screen and look for the gallery icon and then tap on gallery. And this will show you all the pictures you've taken. In the first menu option, it separates it by the date. You can also go over to album and it will separate your pictures by album. Camera, screenshots, favorites, recent. And it also has a cool story mode where it'll create different stories based on the pictures you take. So that is the camera section, and that's where you'll be able to make your different edits to the pictures as well after you take them. Okay, let's start with going over how to use two apps at one time. For the demonstration, I'm going to show you how to run YouTube and Google Chrome at the same time. Okay, so first we're going to open up YouTube, and then we're going to close it by hitting the home button. Next, I'm going to open up the Google Chrome app. Then we're going to close it. Now I want YouTube to be at the top of the screen, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the recent apps button here. I want to swipe over to YouTube, and then I want to tap on the YouTube icon at the top of this little screen here, and I'm going to tap on open in split screen view, and then you should see Google Chrome is going to pop up because we already opened it. It's going to pop up as a recent app. I'm going to tap on that, and now I can have my YouTube at the top of the screen here. My video is playing at the top of the screen here, and if I want to make it full screen, I'm just going to tap on the video and tap on this little square in the bottom right corner. Now that's going to make the video at the top full screen, and while this video is playing, I can simply be scrolling through Google Chrome here. I can go shopping if I want on Amazon, doesn't matter, but basically I can scroll through this while that video is playing. Now this mode will also support the landscape, so I simply can rotate the phone this way and I can continue to watch that video while I scroll through Amazon or any other website. Now if you tap on the three dots in the center here, you can tap on these arrows to switch it and have what's on the left or the right and vice versa, or take your finger and simply drag it left or right to get out of the split screen. So this is a really easy way to run two apps at one time. I tend to use this pretty often when I want to watch a YouTube video and I also want to work on something else. Now let's go ahead and pause this video. I want to show you one more thing since we're talking about multitasking. Now guess what? Maybe you want to continue to watch this YouTube video and you still want to do other things on your phone. Well, watch this. If you're in the YouTube app and you have a video that is currently playing and you hit the home button, it will bring that video down into what is called a pop-out video, and that video will continue to play and you can move it kind of anywhere you want around the screen while you do other things. So now I can open up, for example, the Google Play app. I can go through here, I can download apps, maybe I'm trying to find something new. Either way, this video is going to keep playing while I'm just doing other things on the phone. So kind of another way to multitask aside from running two apps at one time. If you found that helpful, make sure you bump that like button down below. Let's move on. For the next tip, I want to show you how to send large files. Now, if I go to my my gallery, I'm going to show you a video that I just took, and this video is currently 1 minute. Now, normally if you want to send a really large video file, you can't do it over text message and you can't do it over email. In fact, I just want to show you this. if you go into the text messaging app and you were to try to send this large 1-minute video, they have made a small update, which I think is helpful. So I want to show you this first. I'm going to tap here, tap on my video. It's going to give you an option if you want to share a Google Photo link or if you want to send a low quality video. So obviously, why would you want to send a low quality video? In a lot of cases, you really can't see what's happening in the video because they downgrade the quality so much. So one option you have to send a large video file is you can simply attach it, and you want to select Google Photo Link. And by doing this, this will take that video, it'll upload it into the cloud, and then it will attach it as a link so you can send it as a text message. Another option, which to me is a bit easier and just more helpful, is going back to the gallery, find the video here. I'm going to select the video, and then I'm going to tap on the share button right here. And what I want to do is I want to go to quick share. Now when you go to quick share, this gives you, this app does quite a few things. If there's other people that are close to you and they have a Samsung phone, it'll actually allow you to share that file really quickly with that person or with people that are around you. You could be around 10 people, and if they have Samsungs, you can literally just open this app up. Their numbers will show up and you can share that video out really easily. Another option is you can have it create a shareable link for you. So watch, let me tap on this. So I tapped on the little QR icon here, and then it says share this using a QR, or if you look closer at the bottom, or share using just a link. I'm going to tap copy URL, hit the home button, go to text messages, and I'm just going to simply hold down in the text box and tap the paste button. It's going to give me a shareable link that I can send to anyone, and then they will be able to download that video in its full quality on their end. Now, one disclaimer is, depending on how large the file is, it does take a few minutes for that video to be uploaded first. So they upload it to Samsung's cloud, and then this link allows you to access that file using, basically that link allows you to access the video file, and the video is usually only available for about a day or two, and then it erases. So either way, this is a really easy way for you to share large files. Again, especially think about those videos, or maybe you want to send a lot of pictures at one time. This is a really easy method to do that. Now, if you found that helpful, make sure you bump that like button down below. I know that was helpful, so you all should be bumping that like button right now. Okay, for the next tip, I want to show you how to launch the camera no matter what screen you're on, even if your phone is off. This is called the Quick Launch Camera Shortcut, and it's going to allow you to never miss any important moments. What you're going to do is tap the power button 2 times. This will automatically launch the camera. So no matter what you're doing, double tapping the power button will launch the camera. Now, check this out. My phone is off, like my screen is asleep. I'm going to double tap that power button. It's going to wake up the phone and automatically take me to the camera. This is called the Quick Launch Camera feature. It's super convenient, and as a parent, it allows me to really never miss important moments, because something happens, I grab my phone, double tap, and my phone is on, my camera is ready, and it's time to capture those moments. So really cool feature. Now, small side note, if you notice I have this Wall-E character as my wallpaper. If you want to learn how to change your lock screen wallpaper to any picture that's in your phone, make sure you check out the video right here, okay? Now, with the camera and this feature I just showed you, some of you might say, I don't take a lot of pictures, I don't really care about launching the camera on any screen. Well, if you find yourself in that category and you would rather have a different app launch when you hit that double tap, I'm going to show you how to do that right now, how to change that setting. So swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again. You're going to tap on the power button you see in the upper right corner. From here, tap on side button settings, And right now our double press, and it's referring to the power button, our double press is programmed to the quick launch camera feature. All we have to do is change this to open app, and now it'll give us a list of all the apps that are currently on the phone, and we can simply select a different app that we want to launch when we double tap that power button. For some of you guys, it might be, I would rather it go to my text messages. That's more important to me than taking pictures. No problem. I'm going to select text messages, hit the home button, and now when I double tap that power button, it's going to automatically launch the text messages app. And we're on this screen. So this is sort of like an add-on to that quick launch camera. If you love the camera launch, great. If not, you can do what's called remap that button so it'll launch whichever app is most important to you. All right, let's move on to our next hidden feature. This one is for the parents out there who find yourself in that situation where sometimes you have to pass your phone to your kids because you're in a moment where you're busy and you just need them to be calm. Well, you'll want to uncover this hidden feature. So if you swipe down from the top of the screen, tap on the pencil in the upper right corner, tap on edit. So we're going to go on the full screen side, tap edit. And if you swipe over, you'll find the shortcut to kids mode. Now, for some reason, this is hidden in the settings. I don't know why it's hidden. It should just be right out there, but no big deal. I'm going to simply hold down on the kids mode and drag it up here. And now it's going to be a shortcut when I swipe down from the top of the screen. So watch this. Swipe down. Here's my kids mode right here. And when you tap on kids mode, it's gonna, the first time it's gonna prompt you to set it up. So you'll simply hit continue and it'll kind of walk you through how it works. Essentially, kids mode is a locked down section of the phone where once you're in it, you cannot get out unless you have the password. So you're able to download some of these cool like stock kid games that come with the kids mode, or you can actually go into the settings and you can add other apps. So for example, if I just tap on the three dots here, tap on add and edit apps, I can actually go in and say, hey, I want to add Netflix or I want to add PBS Kids. You can add specific apps so that your kid will have access to those things. You have to approve everything, obviously. And in fact, watch right here. Let's hit the plus here. And this will allow us to now go through and say, you know what? I want my kid to have access to YouTube Music, but not YouTube. Okay, no problem. Hit add. And now they have YouTube Music. So you can add whatever apps you want them to have access to. And guess what? When you have to pass your phone to your kids, you can know that they are in a safe place on the phone and they won't get to any of your important files or they won't call anyone by accident. They'll be locked in this section. All right. Now, when it's time to get out, guess what? I'm going to hit the home button. It's not doing anything. Why not? Tap on the three dots right here. We're going to tap close Samsung Kids. And then it's going to ask you to use your fingerprint to actually get out of that section. So really cool way to lock down your phone to make sure that your kids are not going through things that they should not have access to. All right, moving on to the next tip. This phone can be a little large and a little hard to hold with one hand. So I'm going to show you how to enable the one-handed mode feature to make it easier to use the phone with one hand. You're going to swipe down from the top of the screen. And actually, by the way, let me show you this because you guys might have noticed this. And this could be frustrating some of you guys. So Samsung has a new feature. And basically, if I swipe to the left of the camera, it's going to show me this, which is my notifications and these 6 switches, right? But if I swipe to the right of the camera, swipe down, it takes me right to all my shortcuts. Okay? So, here. So, just so you know, depending on where you swipe, you might see more or less. Now, if you swipe on the left, it shows you more of your notifications. You can simply swipe down a second time, and that's how you get to the rest of your little shortcuts here. So, just small disclaimer, in case you guys didn't know that that was a thing. Okay, let's keep going. Upper right corner, click on the settings wheel, and from here, we're gonna swipe up to advanced features. And then from here, we need to turn on one-handed mode. Then we're gonna tap on one-handed mode because there's two different ways to use this feature. There's a gesture option and then there's a button option. Now I prefer the button option, others prefer gesture. Let me show you both and you decide which one you like better. I'm gonna start with the button option so you can see why I think it's a little bit better. So if I'm holding the phone like this, and guess what? It can be a little hard to reach the top of the screen. I really have to reposition the phone in order to get to the top. But if I tap the home button 2 times, it'll automatically shrink the screen down to make it easier to reach the top of the screen, just like that. See? And if I tap on this arrow, I can move the screen to that side. Maybe you're a lefty, that might make it easier for you to reach the screen. If I tap anywhere on the outside, it's going to simply take me out of the full screen. Okay, so that is the button option. Now the other option, let's go back to our settings. The other option is the gesture option. Now with the gesture option, you have to swipe down on the home button instead of hitting it twice like this. Okay, let me do it again. I'm just swiping right over the home button like this, and it shrinks down. So you decide which one works better for you. I personally like the button, the just double tapping is just easier for me, but whatever works for you, no problem. But essentially this is how you get to the one-handed mode, and this will make it easier for you to reach the top of the screen and be able to interact with different things on your screen. And obviously so easy to get out of it, just tapping on the edge there, and now you're back to the full screen. So that is the one-handed mode feature. Okay, for the next tip, I want to show you something that you have the option to turn off, and quite a few people I know tend to turn this off because they don't like to see it, but I'm going to give you the option to do what you like better. When you're on the home screen, when you swipe to the right, it automatically brings up this Google search page, and it will show you relevant news based on how you search on the phone. Now, some of you guys may like this. I like it. I tend to use it pretty often, but I know a lot of people that think it's irritating to see Google when they swipe right. So if you want to turn this off, hold down the screen, swipe to your right, and then tap on this little switch at the top and swipe over and just tap the screen. And now it's turned off. If I try to swipe to the right, it won't let me because it's disabled. So that's how you disable the Google search page if you choose not to use that. Okay, for the next tip, I want to show you how to keep your phone running nice and fast and smooth. Okay, to do this, we're going to swipe down from the home screen, upper right corner, tap on the, you're going to swipe down to the device care section. And first, you're going to see some basic stats for your phone. So battery life, storage, and memory. Now, if you tap on Optimize Now, it's going to run a quick diagnostic check to see if there's any tweaks that it needs to make to keep your phone running quickly. It's going to check for any apps that have been running too long, any apps that might be crashing in the background. It optimizes the phone so it runs at the best speed. Now, so this is great. It optimized the phone. We're running nice and quick. Now, it would be nice to not have to always come back to this screen when it's time to optimize your phone again. Well, there is a way. You have two options. One option is the auto optimization feature, which is you can program your phone to auto restart. You can set the time period. Hey, I want my phone to restart when it's needed. So essentially the phone is going to try to determine hey, the phone is running slow. We think it's time for a restart. You can enable that. Or you can simply just schedule, hey, once a week, I want my phone to restart so that it can just clear up anything that might be running or clogging the phone up and get it to run faster. So this is one option. The other option is a little bit simpler, which is going to the home screen, hold down the screen, tap on widgets, swipe up, go to device care, tap on the drop down arrow, and hold on this option here and drop it on the home screen. Now you have a shortcut optimize button that you can simply tap whenever you want. It'll run that same optimization and it will do a quick scan and see if there's any tweaks that need to be made to get the phone running faster, and it'll make those tweaks automatically. I prefer this over the auto restart option myself. I think this is much easier to manage, and you can simply do it when you notice your phone is starting to slow down. So there is that. Now, if you found this helpful so far, or any of these tips helpful, please, if you haven't already done so, hit that like button down below so the video can be shared out and reach more people. Okay, let's move on to our next tip, which is how to lock the apps on the home screen so you don't change the layout by accident. Sometimes when we have the phone in our pocket, or you might let someone else use the phone, they can tend to move apps unknowingly, and it can be frustrating. This happens a lot to my mom. I look at her phone and I say, "Mom, why is your phone a jumbled mess?" And she said, "I don't know, the apps get moved around sometimes." So if you hold down the home screen, tap on settings, and then you'll want to enable the feature that says lock home screen layout. This will make it so now if I try to move an app on the home screen, for example, if I hold down the Play Store and I try to move it, it won't let me. It says home screen layout is locked. And for any of the other apps, maybe I hit the phone button by accident, it will not let me move it. So for those of you that might be setting this phone up for someone else, this is a great feature to enable. If you want to set a certain layout and you don't want it to be changed, you just simply lock the home screen layout. Okay? Now, moving on to our next tip, I want to show you how to hide apps on the phone. Maybe you have an app that has sensitive information, maybe pictures or documents, or simply things that you do not want people to have access to, and maybe there are other folks that use your phone from time to time. Here's how to hide an app. You're gonna first identify the app that you want to hide. So in this case, I'm gonna hide, this is a silly app, I'm just using it as an example, but I'm gonna hide the internet app, okay? Maybe I don't want my kids to go on the internet, so we'll hide that app. On the home screen, I'm gonna hold down the screen, tap on settings. From here, I'm going to go to hide apps on home and app screen. And here I can go through, find that internet app, and I'll go ahead and hide Google Chrome as well. Maybe you want to, simply hide the web browser so that your kids don't have access to go on the web when they have your phone. No problem. We check these two apps. I'm going to hit done, hit the home button, and now Google Chrome was on the bottom of the screen, but it's not anymore. It's hidden. If I swipe up, it's also not going to be anywhere in my app drawer. If I tap here as well, my Google Chrome is gone and the internet is gone. So this is a really easy way to hide any apps that you just don't want folks to have access to. And when you're finished and you want to unhide it, you just follow the steps the same way you did to hide them. Hold down the home screen, tap on settings, tap on hide apps and apps on home and app screen. Now, right above the apps, you'll see a red dash. Tap on the dash to take it off of the hidden apps list. Hit done, home button. And now you'll find that the internet is back and Google Chrome is back. So this is a really easy way for you to, again, hide your apps. All right. That definitely deserves a thumbs up. I'm just saying. Okay, for my next tip, I want to show you, this isn't a feature that's on the phone. It's simply a recommendation. It's an app that I use, and I think you guys will like it too. Actually, I'm going to show you two apps. I'm going to start with an app that's called Backdrop. So let's go to the Play Store and go to the search, and you can either type in Backdrop or tap on the tap on the microphone in the upper right corner. Backdrop. So Backdrop is a free app that has some of the best wallpapers that I've ever seen, and I use it on all my personal devices. So if you don't like the stock wallpapers that are on the phone, this is a free app that is refreshed very frequently that will give you really nice and fun wallpapers for your phone. So once it downloads, we'll open it up and I'll just show you a couple of the wallpapers, and we'll move on to the other app I'm going to recommend. Tap on open. I normally don't enable notifications because I don't use the app enough for it to send me notifications. So press accept and continue. It'll take you right to the main screen and allow you to see some of the wallpapers. And obviously you can jump to different categories. There is community, there is collections. You can search by specific topics. There are going to be some paid apps as well in the premium section, so keep that in mind too. Let's go to Free Earth. There's some fun ones in here. I think I like this one here. Actually, that one's really nice. There's so many nice ones here. Let's get this one. I'm going to just tap on the picture, tap on set. It'll ask you, do you want it on your home screen, the lock screen, or both? I'm going to hit both. Obviously, you can hard it if you'd like to be able to go back to it later. Hit your home button. And just that easy, you have a brand new wallpaper. So that's a really fun wallpaper there, and just allows you to change it up. I love to change my wallpapers every couple of weeks just to, you know, have a different feel when I look at the phone. So that is Backdrop. Now, the second and my last recommendation and my last tip for the video is going to be an app called SwiftKey. SWIFT key. Now, I personally don't like the keyboard that comes with this phone. I feel like it's really hard to type, and I feel like I make a lot of mistakes with this keyboard. So on every Samsung phone that I buy, I always download this app that's called SwiftKey. It's free, and it allows you to customize the layout of the phone, and I always feel like I have a much smoother typing experience when I use this app. So I'm going to open it. I'm going to show you how I set it up and some of the tweaks that I make, and hopefully it'll help you to type a little bit smoother as well. Let's hit open. Tap enable. Look for Microsoft SwiftKey. You're going to turn it on. Press OK. You're going to select SwiftKey. You'll see this pop up. Tap on the option at the top there, and then tap try your keyboard. Tap allow. If you tap on this little keyboard icon in the bottom right corner, this will allow us to see the keyboard, which right now it looks very similar to the stock keyboard. Now what you'll want to do is you want to go to themes, and here you'll see a big list of different options, different colors. Some kind of highlight the buttons, some don't. I'll show you the keyboard I like to use, which is this one here. I'm going to tap on it, hit download. Now you do need to sign into your Google account or Microsoft account to unlock some of the additional features. So I'm going to select Google account. Once you're signed in, now we should be able to download that keyboard, and watch this. Let's tap on the keyboard here. There it is, much nicer. Now, here's a few of the other tweaks that I make as well. Let's go back, and we're gonna go to sound and vibration. So I like to turn on the key press sound because I want to hear it when I type. I'm just a little different that way. And we'll turn this up to 5. And every time you type, you'll hear a sound. For some reason, when I type and I hear a sound, it helps me to type a little more accurately. So try that out, see if you like that. I also like to turn on the vibration. So I turn off this option, and then I turn on key press vibration, and I turn it up at least or 50%. Now when you type, there is a vibration and there is a sound. And the combination of the vibration and the sound with this layout, it just tends to help me type a lot more accurately. So anyway, wanted to share that as a recommendation because it's an app that I've used for years and I've had a great experience with, and I think you guys will like it too. I want to show you how to install a memory card on your phone. That's right, a micro SD card. I'll show you how to put it in. We're going to show you how to adjust your settings in the camera so that all your pictures and videos will now be saved to the memory card. And we'll end the video with showing you how to back up all your data to the memory card as well. So make sure you watch all the way to the end. Let's jump right in. So I'll be using a Samsung memory card, and I'll drop a link in the description to some really great deals on memory cards. You should also see a little shopping cart right here. I'll make sure to add some really good quality memory card deals there as well. You guys, please, please, please make sure you buy a name brand memory card. Some of the brands that are great to consider are SanDisk, PNY, Samsung. There's some other ones in there. But essentially, you want to stick to the big names. And I say that because if you buy a cheap off-brand memory card, those tend to have a higher likelihood of the memory cards that they just stop working after a couple of months. And you have to think about that. If it stops working, you're going to lose all of your data. So make sure you buy a quality memory card. Now, I'll be using what is called a SIM tool. Now, this you'll find in the box of your phone. Now, some of you have probably thrown that box away already without even thinking. So if you don't have this, no problem. You'll simply want to find a paper clip and bend it back, and those will work just as well. On the left side of the phone, you'll find this little slot, and you'll take that pin and give it a good push to pop out your tray. From there, we're going to take it out. Now, I want to just show you exactly what this looks like because it's a little tricky to get your memory card to fit in the tray. So just look at how I do this. Now, first of all, the front of the SIM card tray actually holds your carrier SIM card, so whatever your phone service is. Now on the other side, this is where you'll find the slot for the micro SD card, okay? So you'll simply just need to flip it over and it's right there, okay? Now, I'm going to take the memory card here, and basically you'll need to snap the card into place first before trying to put it in the phone. So what I recommend, so the memory card is only going to fit one way on the tray, so you'll want to put it on there first, and then you'll want to give it a little push, and basically you'll want to press it down so it fits nice and neat into the slot. Now see right here, I just gave it a good push on this side and on the back, and now as I turn the tray, the memory card is in there. I don't have to worry about it falling out. Now once you do that, guess what? You're simply just going to slide the tray back in the phone. Now remember, the SIM card should go on the top and your micro SD card will go in the back, okay? So I'm going to insert it just like this and give it a good push, and it should fit just like that, all right? Now, don't get frustrated if you run into an issue. I did have to do this a few times in order to get it to work properly because normally this is not how they make the trays. Normally there's a separate tray for the SIM card and there's a separate tray for the micro SD card, and this is the first time I've seen it where one is on one side, one is on the other. So be patient, take your time, and you'll want to just make sure you push both memory cards in so they fit nice and snug before you try to slide that slot back into the phone. Now, it's in the phone. That's great. We've knocked out our first task. Now, the next thing we'll want to do is swipe down from the top of the screen, and you'll see a pop-up here that's going to say SD card inserted right here. And if I tap on this drop-down arrow, I'll have a couple of options here. I can tap on open, and this will take me right to the file manager, and I can see what files are currently on this memory card. This wasn't a new memory card. I've used it for other things, so it does have some files already on it. So now let's hit the home button. I want to quickly show you, swipe down from the top of the screen, go to the settings wheel in the upper right corner. if we go to device care, and then we go to storage, here's where you can see exactly how much storage you have left. Now this page is showing the internal storage, which is the phone storage. Now if you swipe to the left, it'll show you the SD card storage. So now I can see this card currently is 7% used. So 1.2 gigs of my 16 gigs is currently already in use. So it's just a way for you to check and gauge how much storage has already been used, just for reference. Okay, let's hit the home button. Now we're going to go to the camera. Now the first time you go to the camera, you're going to see a pop-up. Here it is, change storage location to SD card. You want to hit change. And by hitting that, now every time you take a picture, it's going to save it right to the memory card, not to your internal phone storage. So that's just something to keep in mind. And normally the reason why people purchase memory cards is so that they can store a lot of pictures on a memory card and not take up the phone storage. So look out for that pop-up the first time you open the camera after you install the memory card, and that's when you're going to be able to make that change. So all your pictures and videos are now going to save to the memory card. I'm going to snap a couple of pictures here. Here we go. And take a video, a couple of seconds. There we go. Now, I'm going to hit the home button. I'm going to go to the gallery, so swipe up and go to the gallery. And here, I have the pictures I just took. We have this picture here. We have our video right here. Okay, so here are all our pictures. And I just want to show you, if I tap on one of the pictures I just took, I tap on this eye at the bottom of the screen, it's showing us the destination of where the picture is saved. It says SD card, DCIM, and camera. So now all of our pictures are going to save to that memory card, and that's going to help to keep our main phone storage freed up to do other phone functions like downloading apps and system files and updates, things like that. Now, the last thing we're going to go over is how to back up all your data to a memory card. And this is something I recommend that you do at least once a month. It'll help you to just have a full backup of your phone on your memory card. And if you ever have like a bad software update where it might mess the phone up, you'll at least have all your files backed up on your memory card. Okay, so we're going to swipe down from the top of the screen, upper right corner, tap on the settings wheel. From there, we're going to swipe up and we're going to go to accounts and backup. And then we're going to go to bring data from old device. And then we're going to tap on this little memory card option at the top of the screen. And here, under backup to, we're going to tap SD card. You see, we're going to hit backup. And just this easy, we can back up everything that's on the phone, or we can select certain things, just calls, contacts, messages, or we can go to custom and we can be very specific. Maybe you only want to back up the videos, it's up to you. But we're going to hit next, press OK, and then it's going to start backing up all your data to the memory card. Now, again, one of the ways to use this is if you're upgrading phones, you can always put a memory card in the phone and you can do a backup. And then on the new phone, put the memory card in, you'll go to the Samsung Smart Switch app, and then there's an option that says restore from a backup. And this is another easy way of transferring all your data from an old phone to a new phone simply with a backup of your data. Now this really will only work if you're going Samsung to Samsung. If you're switching from a Samsung to a different brand, then it's not going to work as seamless. So you really want to count on it in terms of the data transfer when you're going Samsung to Samsung. So anyway, guys, this brings us to the end of our video. I hope it was helpful. Again, this phone is a little tricky in how they built that SIM card slot, so feel free to watch that section a few times if it wasn't totally clear on how to put your memory card in. How to take a screenshot on the Samsung Galaxy A15. Super easy. The first thing you need to do is hold down on the power and the volume down button for 1 second. You're going to hold it, let it go, and that's going to trigger the screenshot, okay? Power, volume down. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Hold, let it go. There you go. Quick flash, and then tap on the little bubble at the bottom. And then you're going to select the app you want to edit the screenshot with. I'm going to hit gallery, hit always, and now it'll take me to the gallery here where I'll be able to make some edits. So if you tap on this little pencil at the bottom, now I can drag from the corners to crop the picture in. I can then adjust the picture. I can rotate it. I can also go over to all the way to the right. This will give me a pen. If you needed to draw or needed to highlight something, you could simply do that here. And when you're all done, you're going to hit save and hit save again. That's going to save it to your photo gallery. Now if I hit the home button, swipe up and go to gallery, I can find the screenshot that I just took. Alright, so super easy. That's how you take a screenshot. And really quickly, I'll have a link in the description. I want to show you how to print. After you take a screenshot, if you want to print that screenshot or any other picture on your phone, it's super easy. You're going to go back to the gallery. So swipe up, go to the gallery, tap on the picture you want to print first. So let's tap on this one here. Next, in the upper right corner, tap on the 3 dots. And you'll have a print option. You're going to hit print. Now, a couple things if you want to print. You will need Wi-Fi. You'll also need a compatible printer to be able to send that picture to print. So, I'm on Wi-Fi here. If you're not on Wi-Fi, simply swipe down from the top of your screen. And make sure this icon is lit up. That's your Wi-Fi icon. If you hold down on that little Wi-Fi icon, you can see all the available networks and you can pick one to connect. You'll want to be on the same network as your wireless printer. So I'm already on this network, but you can simply look at the available networks, tap on the network that ties into the one you have at your house or wherever you're trying to print. Once that's done, you'll then tap select printer, tap the drop down arrow here, and tap on all printers. This will search your Wi-Fi network and it should find the printer that you have set up that is ready to print. Now, one important note here is make sure your printer is turned on. Sometimes printers will go into a sleep mode or you'll just not have it on. So make sure you go over to your printer, make sure it's on, and that will also make sure it shows up in the list of available printers. I'm going to tap on my Epson printer here. And now I'm going to tap on this little print icon and I'm going to press OK. It may need to download additional software, but the last thing I just pressed is what basically triggered the phone to download the additional software needed for it to link up with the printer. So I'm going to go back to the 3 dots, tap print again. Here's our preview. I'm going to hit the print button and that's it. It's going to now send that to the printer and it's going to come out just like that. Now, I'll have a link in the description and the comment section of some printers that are on sale that are really easy in terms of setup and that work great with this phone. So check out that link as well. And I want to show you also, so I just showed you how to print a picture. I next want to show you how to print from an email. So you might have an email, maybe a document that's in an email on your phone and you want to print that. So let me show you how to pull that up and how to easily print from your inbox as well. Let's press got it. Okay, so we're in our Gmail now and let's find a email that we want to print. Let's say we tap on this Google Pixel email here and you say, hey, I just want to print the whole email. No problem. I'm going to go up to the right corner, tap on the 3 dots, just like we did in the last step. And guess what? We have a print option right here. I'm going to hit print. It's going to take us to that same screen. And all we'll need to do, so once you select a printer one time, it's going to always look for that printer. So the only time you'll have to press this drop down to change it is if you are in a different place that has a different printer. But other than that, it's going to default to whatever the first printer was you selected. From there, you'll tap on this yellow button to print the email. Now, if you want to print multiple copies, you can tap on the number next to copies. And this will allow you to make some additional changes. So for example, if you needed to make more copies, you can simply tap there. A keyboard will come up. We can hit 5. You can also print this in black and white to save on your ink. And you can also do a double-sided print if your printer is compatible with that. And then that's it. From there, you'll tap the yellow button, and that'll send this email right to your printer. Learn how to mirror your Samsung Galaxy A15 screen to your TV, or how to play videos from your phone to your TV. First, I'm going to show you how to mirror your phone screen from the phone to the TV. To do this, you'll need to swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, and you'll need to tap on the Smart View icon in the bottom left corner. Now, this option is one of the main options for trying to mirror your phone to the TV, and it is built into the software. And so that's why this is the method I would tell you to go if you have a Samsung Smart TV or if you have a Roku. If you have one of those two devices, this is the best way to mirror your screen to the TV, okay? So I'm going to show you this method first. If you don't have one of those two devices, don't worry. I'm going to show you a different way after this. So make sure you stay tuned to the video. I'm going to show you a few different ways to do this. Hopefully one will match your setup, okay? So I turn my TV on. Let's slide our phone over here. I'm going to drop the TV right here so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing in real time. On the phone, you'll want to swipe down from the top. Make sure you are connected to Wi-Fi. You will need Wi-Fi for this to work. Now, I'm going to tap on my Samsung Smart TV. Also, make sure your TV is turned on, by the way, if you don't have it on. And if you're using a Roku, make sure you switch to the input that your Roku is connected to. Those are important. If not, the devices may not show up in this list. Let's tap on the Samsung TV, hit start now. Give it a few seconds. You'll see a pop-up on the screen. And yep, there we go. Our phone is now mirrored. So now anything I do on the phone is going to show up on the TV. So this is a great option if your goal is to maybe show your gameplay. Maybe you're playing a game and you want to show how it plays on the phone. Or maybe you're trying to show someone how to use a piece of software on your phone. And in this case, it's really great to be able to open up that software and be able to show them, you know, when I hit this button, this happens, and vice versa. Also a great option if you have pictures from a trip that you're trying to show a group of people. So when you're all done, tap on this circle in the upper right corner, and you'll want to tap the disconnect button. This will stop the phone from mirroring to the TV. Now, this was the first method. Let me show you another option. If you don't have a Samsung Smart TV or a Roku, but you have a Google Chromecast, then you can do this option. You'll want to go to the Play Store and do a search for the Google Home app, which is a free app. Download it, and then we'll open up this app. Same thing, make sure you are connected to Wi-Fi. You will need that as well. Now, here I'm on the main screen of the Google Home app. I'm going to switch over to the Devices tab. And the name of my Chromecast is Den TV. So I'm going to tap on Den TV. And then I'm going to tap on Cast My Screen. And then tap Cast Screen again. Hit Start Now. Give it a couple of seconds. And then you will see my screen show up on the TV. There you go. And now, same thing. Anything I do on the phone is going to show up on the TV, which is great. So those are two different options for just straight up mirroring. Now, disclaimer, if your goal is simply, hey, I just want to watch a video from YouTube on my big screen, this isn't the right method to use, okay? If you're purely just trying to watch a video, I would tell you use this other method, which I think works a little bit better. So first, let's swipe down from the top of the screen. You'll see an option that says Cast Screen. Let's go ahead. So just take your finger and just drag down on that option here to bring up this little disconnect button and tap disconnect. and that will stop the phone from mirroring to the TV. Now, for this method, you'll simply want to go to the app that has the video that you want to show on the TV. Okay, for this example, I'm going to open up the YouTube app and I'm going to show you how to cast or send a YouTube video from your phone to the TV. Let's go to YouTube. I already have a video that's ready to go. So all I simply did was open the video, pause it, and you'll want to tap on this little icon, which is called the cast icon. It looks like a little TV with a little Wi-Fi symbol in the corner. You tap on that. This is going to show you all the available devices that you can connect to mirror your screen. Now, one disclaimer with this. So some TVs do need to be turned on in order for them to show up in the list. That's important. And what's cool here is that this is my TCL TV, which is actually turned off, but it is connected to Wi-Fi, so it shows up in the list. And this is my Samsung monitor here. So just know that whatever device you're trying to connect to, make sure it's turned on because sometimes it won't show up in the list. Let's go ahead and select our Samsung TV. I want to use this same TV I'm using right now. Give it a few seconds and you'll see that video show up on the TV. There it is. I'm going to unpause it and let it play. And the cool thing about this method is that while that video is playing, I can continue to use my phone but do other things. So the video is playing right now. It's just the volume's turned down. If I want to send a text message, guess what? I can send that. Everyone's not going to see my phone. Maybe I want to make a phone call. Maybe I want to play a game, whatever it is. You can use your phone to do all the normal things you would do while this video is playing on the TV. So this is why this is my preferred method in order to mirror, because most of the time I'm just trying to play a video from my phone to the TV. So those are the different options there. When you're all done, simply swipe down from the top of the screen. You'll have this pop-up here. And I forgot to mention this, but here you can actually control the video from your phone. So we can fast forward it if we want to. We can pause it. We have our track back, track forward, or simply just tap on this whole pop-up here and tap that cast icon and hit disconnect. And that's it. A couple seconds, it'll then stop mirroring from the phone to the TV. So these are the two most frequently used options to mirror your phone to a TV. Now, one more thing I want to share, and one question you guys may have is, can I just buy a cable and just connect that cable from my phone to the TV? Unfortunately, the answer is no. That feature is only available on the S-series Samsung phones. It's basically their highest flagship tier of phones. They don't normally give that capability to this tier of phones. So unfortunately, you can't just buy a cable to connect your phone to the TV. So that's out of the question. You will need to either, again, have a Samsung Smart TV, have a Roku, or a Chromecast. Those are the easiest ways to do it. If you have a Amazon Fire TV or an Amazon Fire Stick, the second option I showed you will work, which is simply going to the video first and hitting the cast option. That will allow you to mirror it to your Amazon Fire devices. What to do if your screen freezes or is not working properly on the Samsung Galaxy A15. There is a button combination that you can hold. It will trigger what is called a soft reset, or it's called forced restarting. And simply this will turn your phone off and turn it back on. And usually if it's just a software glitch, it'll fix the problem. Let's go ahead and give it a try. I'll be holding down on the power and the volume down button until the complete screen goes dark, just like this. Power, volume down. We're gonna hold it on 3 and don't let go. Even if you see a screenshot triggered, that should happen. 1, 2, 3, hold. You're gonna see that pop up. Continue to hold the buttons. There we go. Screen is dim. Once the screen goes dark, let go of those buttons and simply put the phone down and give it a couple of seconds. You should see the phone restart just that fast. And basically the phone is gonna reboot up. Think of this as like taking the battery out of your phone and putting it back in. For those of you that remember when phones used to be able to take the battery out, this button combination basically triggers that same process. And the best thing about this is it will just restart the phone immediately. And if it's a software glitch, usually this will kick you out of that glitch and it'll set things up like normal. Let's see, I'm gonna just swipe through, put in my code, and I'm unlocked, the phone is working. Now, if you do this process, and guess what, your touchscreen still isn't working right, then you might have a bigger issue. If you have dropped your phone recently, and maybe your touchscreen is cracked or damaged, then I would recommend you take your phone to a service and repair center or find a local cell phone repair shop, have them diagnose it first. If that doesn't work, then you'll want to go to Samsung.com, connect to their web support, and you can see about warranty options if you've had the phone for less than a year. So those are a few things to do in the event triggering this soft reset didn't solve your problem. Erase all of your data off of the Samsung Galaxy A14 and how to basically reset it back to factory settings. And this sets the phone up if you're in the process of either giving the phone back to the store or you're trying to sell it to someone or trade it in. These are the steps you'll need to take to make sure all your data is safely and securely removed off of the phone before you pass it to the next person. So let's step in and let me show you what you'll need to do. Follow the steps in order because I'm going to do a few things that are super important to, again, make sure you protect your data and make sure you erase all your data properly. Now, let's swipe down from the top of the screen. Upper right corner, we're going to tap on this settings wheel right here. Now, the first thing we'll need to do is swipe all the way up to accounts and backup. From here, we're then going to tap on manage accounts. On this screen, you'll see all of the accounts that you have signed into on the phone. The most important account you need to focus on here is any Google account. Now, right now, I just have one Google account, but you might have multiple Google accounts, and you also may have other accounts that you're signed into. The important thing is all the Google or Gmail accounts, you need to tap on them and you need to hit remove account. If you don't remove the Google accounts, then you will brick the phone and basically make it unusable for the next person. And this could also affect you trying to trade your phone in. So make sure you do this first step first. It's super important. Now next, we're going to hit the back button here. And I want to show you there's an option on the screen here that's called external storage transfer. Now, there's also a backup data option. Now, you want to make sure that you have backed up all your information before you reset the phone because there is no way to access it after we do the final step. So, if you haven't done this already, a few things to look at. You can back up your data to your Google Drive by tapping here, and you can also back up your data here by tapping on external storage drive. If you have a micro SD card, just looks like this, you can put it in the phone and use Samsung's app to back up all your data before you erase the phone. The other option is obviously if you've purchased a new phone and you're trying to move your data over to that new phone. If it's a Samsung, you can do it using one of these two options. So that's just important to note. After you have successfully moved your data over or backed up your data, you're going to tap on the reset button at the bottom of the screen here, right above Samsung Cloud. This will take you to the reset page, and you'll want to tap on factory data reset. From here, it'll actually show you all the apps that you've been signed into on the phone. And it's telling you once you hit that reset button, it's going to sign you out of all of these accounts. So I'm going to hit the reset button. It will ask you to enter your PIN number before the final reset starts. So go ahead and enter your PIN number. After you've done that, you'll tap on the delete all button, and that is it. This will trigger the factory reset, and it's going to erase all your data off the phone. Now, this could take anywhere from 2 minutes to 10 minutes, depending on how much data you had on the phone. So don't touch the phone, just let it sit and let it go through its process. It's going to restart a few times, and you will know the factory reset was successful when you get to the last screen, and it's going to basically say welcome, and it's going to say select a language. So once you've gotten there, you'll know your reset was successful. Hope you guys found this helpful. If it was, hit that like button down below if it was. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. Take care, and as always, have a good one.